Hello again, everybody. This time we're going to take a look at finding the least common multiple, the LCM, of algebraic expressions. So they say here LCM with variables. This is Unit 2.4D of WAMAP. That's WAMAP Unit 2. Let's take a look at the problems. X to the 7th, y to the 3rd, z to the 9th, and x to the 4th, y to the 8th, and z to the 5th. We're going to find the LCM of those two terms. Okay, and then down below we have find the least common multiple of 35x squared y to the 7th z, 30x to the 5th z to the 3rd, and 25yz to the 8th. Okay, so that may look a little bit intimidating, but I assure you it's going to be fine. And I'm just realizing I didn't write the whole problem down, which could be a problem. All right, now I've got it. Let's go look at my tablet. We'll walk through this. So we're going to stick with my analogy. Oops, am I hanging out of the record box? Of being at a buffet, and we're going to try some of everything, and we're going to take the dishes that have the most on them. So we can look at these as if they have already been factored for primes. They've been factored down. And so we're looking, we've got two x terms, two y terms, and two z terms. And we're just going to take the ones with the biggest exponents, okay? So let's get a different color. So here we've got x to the 7th, x to the 4th. So being a little greedy, we're going to grab x to the 7th. And then we've got y to the 3rd and y to the 8th. So being a little greedy, we're going to try something from the y's. But we're going to take the one that's piled high, y to the 8th. And z to the 9th, z to the 5th, well, that's a no-brainer too. Z to the 9th. So we've taken the biggest portion of each of these delicious comestibles. And that's going to become our LCM. Okay. All right, so we'll put that answer in just a second, and we're going to look at these, the next set. And what's different here is we have coefficients for each of these terms. So 35, 25, and 30. We're going to do a real quick prime factorization. So 35 breaks down into 5 and 7, 25 into 5 and 5, 30 breaks down into 2 and 15, and 15 breaks down into 3 and 5. Okay. So you know how to play this, right? We've got 5 and 7, we've got 5 squared, and we've got 2, 3, and 5. So these are our buffet items. We got all 5s are at every table, but this one has the most, so we're grabbing that, 5 squared. And we've also got a 2 and a 3, so we'll get those. Got to try some of everything, right? That's the whole idea of a buffet. And we'll have 2 times 3 times 5 squared, and then we've got 7. Okay. So this will give us the number we need, the least common multiple for all of these numbers when we multiply these all together. So we've got 2 times 3 is 6, 5 squared, let's do it PEMDAS way, 5 squared is 25. Now I'm stuck in here. All right, well, it's not letting me do anything. Maybe I can escape out of it now. Who knows? Okay, there. Did it with my finger. Okay, so going along with PEMDAS, we get 25 here, and then 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 25 is 150, and 150 times 7, 700 plus 350 more, it sounds like it's 1050. Is that right? And that's a lot. 2 times 3 is 6 times 25, 150 times 7. 100 times 7 is 700. 50 times 7 is 350. Put those together and you get 1050. Okay, so that's going to be our first number And then of the rest, you've got these variables, right? Here's x to the second power. Well, here's x to the fifth. So we're going to take x to the fifth because this is bigger. And we have z to the eighth, z and z to the fifth. We're going to take z to the eighth. Z to the eighth. I'll keep these alphabetical. Because even though people think math doesn't have grammar, it does. And y, we've got y here, and y to the seventh. So we're going to take y to the seventh. So our answer should be 1050, x to the fifth, y to the seventh, z to the eighth. So let's see how those work over here at WAMAP. First answer was x to the seventh. So we're doing x, shift 6, 7. Step to the right with the arrow key. Y, shift 6, 8. Step to the left, or step to the right with the arrow key. And then z, shift 6, 9. All right. So basically, we're using the buffet system. We want to have some of each dish, and then we're taking the biggest serving of each one we can find. Awesome. So this is kind of a strange looking answer, but that's how it works. And if you wanted to input your answer a different way, you could use this. You can, if we take out that answer, we can put in our first answer x and then to the seventh, and you're going to have to step across, a step to the right using the arrow key, and put in a y, and then hit that same exponent key and put in the next one is an 8, and then step to the right with the arrow key, and then a z, click on the exponent key and hit 9, and then enter. And I don't think it won't let me re-enter it. It'll just say it's the same answer. But at least we're consistent. Okay, and then the second one was a little bit scarier, had all these big numbers. So we had 1050 x, and let's do it this way. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. All right, x to the fifth, step to the right, y, and then exponent to the seventh. You can use Shift X or click on this X, step to the right. And don't forget to step to the right with the arrow key. Just go whichever direction it is on your screen to the right. Use the right arrow and then put in your next element. And this is Z. And if you want to do Shift 6, that'll move it up and then hit your number, which is 8. Okay. So this looks very strange, and it would be hard to divide this out, but as long as you're using the biggest factors, the largest exponents on these different elements, these will all divide evenly into that. And we calculated the least common multiple, the lowest number that 35, 30, and 25 all divide into evenly using prime factorization. So I think we're good. Let's see if we are. Awesome. So sometimes the answers you get are going to look weird, but if you follow the rules, you should be able to get the correct answer. Let's try another one of these. Find the least common multiple. I'm going to lose my work. All right, we're going to least common multiple of 15 x squared y cubed z. Actually, I'm going to wait on this one. I'm just going to pause. This is already 9 minutes long. I'm going to pause it here.